Hi, Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and in this lesson you're going to learn how to apply tabs to your Bible, especially when you have one that has a lot of different images on them, and so you are going to want to stay tuned to see how those are going to be applied so that the images are not covered. All right, if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so you're going to need our printouts for making your Bible tabs, and I've got mine just printed out on white cardstock. So it's been about a day. I'm not anticipating the ink to smear because it's been a day, but if you are concerned about your ink smearing, then go ahead and watercolor your page first and then make it flat, like dry it flat, and then you can run it through your printer that way. Of course, you need to make sure it's flat, so if you have to iron it out, you could do that as well. But I'm not going to do that. Mine's been around for, it's been soaking out in the page for a day, so hopefully it's set and it won't get all mucky muck with the watercolors. But if you are concerned, there are other things that I'll show you during this video that will help with that. So we have the printables. Then you'll either need scissors or you can use one of these tabs. This is, I think, a memory keeper's tab that will work just fine. You'll need some watercolors if you're going to follow along with me. Otherwise, use acrylics or use whatever you have. Distressed ink will be perfect for it if you have distressed ink, and that definitely will not smudge. The water might make my ink smudge. And then I'm going to use probably a stamp. Maybe I'll add some stamp to it. So I have this Memento black ink, and of course my Bible that I'll be using, and then my watercolors. This is my Kurt Hockey watercolor set that I love, that is getting old but still lasting a very long time. And you'll need a paintbrush. Just any paintbrush is going to be fine. It's not going to be, as you know, Bible Journaling Ministries, we don't do a lot of, well, we try to make things that seem complicated easy. That's what we do. And really our mission is to help you grow in the Word creatively. So if you haven't taken our free beginner's course, please do that. It will really help introduce you to our ministry as well as get you started in Bible journaling. And it's absolutely free, so why not? I'll make sure that you have the link to that. So this is my Creative Bible for Girls. It's a really, really beautiful Bible. I did a review on that. If you are interested in that, that is available on our website and also on YouTube and in Facebook. So that review is everywhere. So to get started, the first thing I'm going to do, again, I've had my printables out. If you haven't had a chance to let yours dry, then go over it with a heat tool, like one of these Diarese heat tools that will dry it for you. Okay, so those are the supplies you need. Of course, you need water and paintbrush. And I'm just going to use a palette because I think it's going to be helpful to see the color that we are mixing on our paper. So you have many options whenever you're going to paint your own Bible tabs. You can paint each tab individually, so we'll do that first. And then we'll do some other techniques so that you have multiple things to choose from, because why do anything the same all the time? Why don't we have some fun, right? So the first thing I like to do is have my Bible nearby because I want to have colors that really coordinate with this. So I have things like turquoise in here, pink, purples, some white in there, so I'll leave some white space. Yeah, and some greens. So I want to make sure that I get colors that are close to this because I'm going to put them on my tab. So I want to make sure I have something close. So I'll leave my Bible close to me for reference so that I can make sure my colors are going to work out. And then of course I have my watercolors here, and I have where I have placed the color down so I can see, which colors would work well. Would that color be a nice pink? Yeah, probably. I might add some white into it to kind of mute it down a little bit. And there's definitely white here on my watercolor set. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this over here so that I can view my colors and make sure that I know which colors I'm pulling. You can tell that I absolutely love pink the most because it's almost gone. So I just come in here and I'll just grab some of that pink and I'll just add some water to it and just get enough of it on there that I'll be using. And the good thing about watercolor is that you can always add water, right? If it starts to dry, you can add more water and pick it right back up. This paper that I'm using right here is called palette paper. You can use a paper plate if you have that. That's totally okay. You don't have to have palette paper by any means. You do not need it. But I just have it. I think I got it on sale so I use it. So there we go. That white really helped mute that pink down a little bit. So then I can take my Bible tabs in here and just kind of grab some of my watercolor. Let's start out with Genesis. Here we go. And I've got my beautiful watercolor paper, not paper, but beautiful watercolor on my brush, and I'm just swiping it to create this really nice, pretty pink. I think that's really pretty. So, ooh, it's a little, is that shimmery? It's a little bit shimmery. You can see that my ink did not bleed, so that is nice. I was wondering if it would bleed. Alright, so then maybe I'll come in and do every fourth one pink. And maybe I'll even leave some, maybe not fully colored. So it's nice to be able to do them one by one, so then you can kind of see as you set it down in your Bible what the different colors are going to be. So I'm going to come in here and I'll probably do Judges next. And then maybe I'll leave some white spot around Judges there. There we go. So it's a little bit different than the last one. And so leave that there, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pink. So I need to come in and get some on Kings, and I'll just come in here and just add some more color. Maybe this time I'll actually cover over the word Kings. You can see how easy this is to create your own Bible journaling tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it for the pink. Alright, so I think the pink would go great with some green. So that's the next color I want to grab. No, maybe I'll do turquoise. I think turquoise would be really pretty. So turquoise, if I'm looking at my chart here, my turquoise is going to be really close to this one. Ooh, is that fascinating? I might mix this color with a little bit of this blue maybe. Let's try it out. Let's see what that's going to look like. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to come in and grab some colors. And I want to make sure that my brush is completely free of pink. So I'm going to come in here and just wipe it off. Alright, so there is my green. Just add a little bit of blue to that. And a little more blue. Oh, there we go. That's a prettier blue. There we go. That'll work. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and then just do a little more. Probably a little too much on that. That's okay. And then maybe some around Ruth, and this time I think we'll leave Ruth white there a little bit, so we have a little bit of variety, and then come in and do this one just a light wash. Super easy. Now you can see that I'm not worried about going outside the lines, because when this is dry I'm just going to end up cutting it with my tab punch, or I'm going to cut around it with scissors, so I don't need to worry about being outside the lines. No big deal. Okay, so I have that, I have the blue, and maybe I will do the, I'm thinking I should do purple next. So let's do purple. Alright, so here's my color reference chart. I think I'm going to pick that purple. Alright, so where's that purple? Right here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to grab that purple. Ooh, that's really dark. Okay, so I definitely have to mix something with that. That's too dark. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab my white, I'm going to load up my brush so there's plenty on there. I think that will be enough. We'll find out. And it's so fun to mix watercolors, isn't it? Do you have fun when you mix watercolors? I would love to know. Put it in the comments. Do you mix your own watercolors? It's really fun. It really is fun. So again, color, put the color down. This one I'm going to follow the same kind of pattern where I'm not going to go over for Samuel. Just leave that a little bit white there. And then I'm going to come in here just a little bit lighter. So there we go. Alright, what would be our next color? Maybe an orangey pink, I think. So to do the orangey pink, I'm going to go ahead and start with the pink that I already have. And I think that I will add a little bit of orange to that pink. So I'm going to come in here and grab some orange. And oh, nope, that didn't work. The great thing about watercolor and mixing is you can decide what you like and what you don't like, and sometimes you think it's going to be a good idea and it's not. Alright, so this time, let's see, what will I do? I'm going to grab the red. I think I'll grab the red, put some of that red down there, get a lot of that red down there, and then I'll come in with some white. Make sure your brushes are definitely free of color. Otherwise, you're just going to end up mixing it. So let's come in here, and I got that white in there. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. And that's really the color I'm kind of going for something close to this. But we'll see. It looks pretty good here. We'll see what it looks like when I put it on my tab. Oh yeah, it's nice. A little bit darker. Cute. That'll work. And then we have Ezra. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple more colors and then we'll be done. Let's try this kind of green. So maybe coming in here and trying to see if we can match up this color green somehow. So I think that one looks close to this one, number 53. So I'm just going to come along here and there's the color. I'm going to go ahead and grab that color on this paintbrush that needs to be glued back together, but that's okay. And put that here. And that is a little darker than I like. So I'm going to add, again, some more white to it. I'll get my paintbrush loaded up with a lot of white. And let's just see. Ooh, that's pretty. Now, that looks a little bit too white. So let me just come and grab some more green and mix that in there. A little bit more. Alright, that'll work. Okay. If you are worried about that mixing in, you can just take your finger and wipe it up, or grab, something nearby and just wipe it up if you want. I'm not worried about it, but if you are, you might want to do that. Ready for this one. Alright. Pretty. Ooh, so pretty. You can even mix colors and blend them together. Now, I haven't done that yet because I want to finish this one first, because I'm trying to show you guys different ways. And let's see, what did we have? Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that one, but that's okay. Maybe I'll mix some colors on that one. This is the one I was supposed to do. And then it was this one here. Alright, so since I was really crazy and started mixing colors, let's mix some other colors. Let's do that blue one maybe here. And maybe grab some pink and do a little bit of watercoloring around that. That's pretty. Maybe a little purple too while we're at it. And maybe add a little purple to the green. I know that looks weird, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. And maybe a little more there. So now, looks great. I'm happy with it. Okay, so there's a little mixing going on too, which is also fun. Another thing you can do is you can take your paper, each of your tabs, and you can swipe your colors. So you just come in and just literally, swipe some colors on there. And it's really just super easy to do, and will actually turn out quite nicely once you're done. I know you might not think so, but it will come out pretty cool. So that'll be a different one to do. We'll just pick up some of that. I feel like this one doesn't have as much, but I bet it will when we're done. So that's the swiping technique, and maybe we'll do some more of the swiping. So come in here, grab some color, lay it down. Ooh, that's a little bit too dark. So I'll come in with some white. And remember, if you're painting and you don't like what you have, you don't have to continue. You can stop. You don't have to use what you have down on your paper. You can always stop. You don't need to do anything you don't want to do. But I like to do it on camera because I like to see what it looks like and show you guys how fun it can be. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe add a little green to that too. Boop. A little green, boop. A little green there, boop. Maybe a little bit more. Doo. So fun. Hey, that's cool. I wish I could get a little green up there. There we go. Hey, it's like pink camo. That's pretty cool. So I'll set that aside. So I'm going to keep doing that with the rest of this. I'm going to fast forward the video and come back and show you all the tabs once I'm done. That way you don't have to sit here and watch me do the same technique over and over again. So I'll fast forward and I'll be right back. back and I just like went crazy with watercolors and just ended up throwing a lot of watercolor on there, trying to get it to blend together and bleed together. And you can see that example, you see this example, and you see this example. It looks like a hot mess, but I promise you it will look better. It will look awesome in a minute. So another thing that I thought would be fun to do is come in with some stamps. So I have this stamp we made in Momentum in our stamping class when we showed you how to make your own stamps. And so I'm just going to come in here and do just a little bit of stamping on the edges. And that will create really neat patterns. And I'm going to try to not go crazy because you know me. And another thing that it does when you use the same stamp consistently is it kind of brings all the tabs together in terms of unifying them. So that looks good. These other ones are drying. I'm going to let them dry so that I can show you how to do the next part. The next part is when you're going to use your tab. Now, when you use your tab needs to be folded in half. So you can use a scoreboard if I have one. I don't have one nearby me, so I won't use one. But if you have a scoreboard, you can score from, let me show you. You can score from here, from one side of the tab to the other side of the tab in order to fold it nicely. But I'll just fold it this way. It's totally okay. I don't want to spend a lot of time folding paper. But a scoreboard really does help if you have one. So you just want to make sure you have it folded pretty good because it's important that you fold it correctly. Because if it's not folded correctly, then the tab won't work cut where you want it to cut. Okay, so when you are using the tab punch, you want to make sure that you have enough space to fit it in there. And then I like to do it this way so that it is facing me. And this is actually designed exactly right. So when you do the tab, if you're making these folded tabs, you have to leave like a little itty bitty gap at the top. And that way that your tabs won't be cut in half. So I want my tabs to be folded over. So I'm just going to leave a little tiny gap at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop that tab right out. Okay, you can see I have a really awesome tab, and there's Esther, and then I will do Nehemiah so you can see that one. Boop. And then Ezra. Now, let's see, is that one good? I hope so. If you accidentally cut through the top and you're worried about, you get upset about it, then don't worry about it. What you can do, let me just do a little example for you. Say I cut through the top of this piece of paper here. Do I have an extra piece? No, I don't. Okay. So let's say I just cut through the top. Oop. So now I have like two pieces together. So don't worry about it. You can just open up the two pieces together and then put a little piece of tape on it so they match, okay, as best you can. And you'll just do that on the inside of the tab and then fold it over, and then you'll have your tab back together if you accidentally chop through both layers. Now, if you don't want your tabs to be double-sided, so like let's say you just want tabs, you don't want two tabs, right? You don't want this full tab, you want half a tab, let's say. If you want half a tab, you can do that. Just whenever you put your paper in there, then just do half of the tab and get the half tab in your punch and then just punch it right out. And then you have a half tab, right? Instead of the full tabs that I'm making. Okay? So there is that. And these ones are still drying. I'm going to let those dry for a bit. And I'm going to fast forward through this part so that I can finish getting all of these ready to go. And I will show you in our next step how to apply them to your Bible. Okay, now I'm back and I'm ready to apply some of the tabs to my Bible. The way I set it up is as follows. I have my tabs and then I go, okay, so where does Genesis start? And I go to the first page of Genesis, right here. And this is typically where I will normally start, right at the beginning here where it says Genesis. Of course, there is some artwork here, so I'm going to have to consider that as I decide which page to mark. It's a lot easier when there isn't content like that on that page, but it looks like there's so much content in this Bible that I am going to have to make a decision. I could just do half a tab and have it stick out like this, but I sure do like them folded. So I think for this one, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I think I am not going to fold it over the page because I want to keep this design intact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick here. I'm going to glue these two tabs together like this. Okay, so now they're together. Okay, and then I want to glue that right here to the end of this page. I can use glue, but I'm not going to use glue because I want it to dry fast. So I'm going to use a score tape here, which is really double-sided 1/8 inch score tape. Now I'm going to have to be mindful whenever, and you should definitely be mindful anytime you're working with your tabs in your Bible, to not like just pull the tab and rip the page, right? So there we are here, and usually I put some washi tape down, but I'm going to do it I'm going to do it after, and I'm going to use this Illustrated Faith washi tape where it says crowned. Okay, so that should work, and it should be pretty secure because it's taped down and then also washi taped down, so it should be fine. I typically don't do my Bible tabs that way, but I will if I have to. No problem. I have no problem doing that. So the next one is going to be Leviticus. Sorry, Exodus. Genesis, Exodus. Genesis, Exodus. So here's Exodus, and am I going to have the same problem? Yes, I am. So now I have to make a decision again. This one has so many just delightful images. What should I do? Okay. So for this one, I hope I'll be able to show one to you that is not double-sided like this. So again, this time it's actually going to be a little bit different to put this Bible tab down. So I'm going to put my two Bible tabs together like so. Now you of course can do at the top. You can put your tabs at the top, but at the top of my Bible, I like to do, because mine stand on my desk, I like to do things like bows and stuff. So I'm not going to do any of my Bible tabs on the top. Okay, so this one, again, challenge. It is a challenge. I'm going to do a little score tape on this side this time. So instead of the back side, I'm going to do the front side. And because I'm doing the front side, like so, okay, and then I want to get this matched up to the Genesis tab so that I can, hopefully you guys can see this. All right, so I'm going to get it, really want to get the tab just peeking out from the page at the top of that page. There we go. So you can see that I have my tab, like the base of it. So once this square hits that page, that's when I start to put my tab, the base of my tab. So you can see now I have Exodus here. Okay, so what I'll do now is just reinforce that again with some washi tape, and I'll just do Wildly Loved right there. All right, so hopefully the next one we have, we have Genesis, whoops, hello. Oh, I put the washi tape over the edge, over the paper. Don't put the washi tape over the paper like I just did, or it will pull up the rest of the paper on the other side. Try that again. Second verse, not same as the first. Okay, that's from the old band days, clarinet girl over here. Okay, so now I have Genesis and I have Exodus. It looks like it's pretty good. I don't think I need to reinforce this. I might decide later to, but right now it looks pretty good. So now we can do Leviticus. And let's see where we are in Leviticus. Darn it, I'm going to have the same problem. So this book is just made like that. I could do Let's just see. I wanted to show you guys one where I actually put the tab in like this, where it clamps on the page. So I'm going to try it. Let's just see what it looks like. So then we have Leviticus right here. And I'm just going to clamp that down on the page like that and move it exactly where I want it so I can see the word Leviticus. And I want the tabs to kind of be in alignment, so as much as I can. Okay, so that's probably where I want to put it. It looks pretty good. I'm hitting the D and the R a little bit. And what am I doing on this side? Oh, this side I'm lucky. I don't have any issues with that side. Okay, so what I'll do with this one is I'm going to just trim off this side just a little bit. And using a paper trimmer might be better than my scissors, but oh well. Good enough, close enough, right? Okay, that's good. And now I can do what I wanted to show you, which is put glue on both sides of the tab. Okay, and now I have my Exodus, right? And then I'm going to do Leviticus right here next to it. Right where I want it, I think so. I'm going to push that down. And, okay. And now I can pick up that page, fold my beautiful tab over, and now we have Leviticus done. Okay? And if you wanted to trim off this little part here, you could, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave mine the way it is. I'm rubbing it to make sure there's no glue seeping out through the edge. Okay? Like apparently there was on this one. And then I can reinforce that tab with a little washi tape. And I just love to reinforce my tabs because I have done too many times where the tab wasn't reinforced and then it just rips the page. And that's no fun. So there we go. There's Leviticus. Okay, so I have Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this Bible offline so that you don't have to see me do like a ton of tabs, and then I'll be back to show you the final product. And we're done. So I just wanted to kind of show you how they all turned out. I thought they turned out really nice, and they really do coordinate quite nicely with my Bible cover. So yeah, I've got all of them in there from Genesis all the way to Revelations. I'll just do a quick little flip for you so you can just kind of see them all. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I would be happy to answer them for you. And here's the back side of them as well. So I hope that this was a interesting video and it helped you kind of get a feel for if you want to do some tabs in your own Bible and what they might look like, and some techniques as well. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye!